भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। स्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। Can pull it back. Okay. Thank you. So, it says, Asmat pratyaya gochare vishayani chidatmake, all the three put together. Yushmat pratyaya gocharasya vishayasya tadharmanam cha adhyasaha. So, the body is imposed on the self along with its qualities. The body, I am the body, is called dharmi adhyasa. So many people like when I say I am the body, this tadatmyam is called, is it all right? So I am the body is called dharmi adhyasa. Dharmi means noun. The Atma is as though they are two nouns, but well, within the realm of Vidya, the realm of teaching, it should be like that. So the self is taken for the body. There is the equation, I am the body. That is called dharmi adhyasa. And then you say, I am tall, short, fair, dark, I am inert, vagara, vagara. These are called dharma adhyasa. I think. Dharma adhyasa. I have a birth, and I have a gender, I have age, and I will die. So all the qualities of the body are thrown upon oneself. Means I see myself to act. I see myself to be body, be the body. That is called dharmi adhyasa. And I see myself to have the qualities of the body. That is called dharma adhyasa. Tad viparyayena, and reversely, vishayinaha vishayika tadharmanam cha, and of its qualities. Vishaye, in the body, adhyasaha, this position, meaning body being imposed on the self and the self being imposed on the body. This kind of, thing is said here. It's not a kind of mamatva. It's me. Body is me, I means body, body means me. There is no body without. Body exists as me and I exist as the body. Good. Coming back. Don't come this side for volume. It's written there, volume. You can make it little less. Yeah. So, I think so. It seems to have made a difference. हो सकता है आभास हो, This whole mic is abhasa. Means looks like a mic. Called abhasa. Therefore, Vishayana dharmanam cha vishaye adhyasaha mithyeti bhavitum yuktam. It is logical, it should not be there. Mithyeti bhavitum yuktam. This adhyasa should not be there. That is what is called mithyeti bhavitum. Don't say this adhyasa is false. Adhyasa itself means false knowledge. Mithyeti bhavitum yuktam means should not be there. This error should not be there. There is no reason why there should have been a mistake. There is no reason why there should be a mistake. The Tatparya means that the distinction between the two is absolutely evident. Like light and darkness, like between light is never mistaken for the darkness, and the darkness is never mistaken for the light. Therefore, just as the equation between the light and the darkness is not logical, meaning should not be there. The self is like the light, the all-aware being, all-aware full being, the subject. Asmat pratyaya gocharaha, chidatmakaha, vishayi. Whereas Deha is Yushmat Pratyaya Gocharaha, Jadatmakaha, and it is Jadatmakaha, it is Vishaya. Bhagavan, the first line is missing here in Adhyaya. Tamah prakashavat viruddha svabhavayoho, vagaira. Started it is all the passages quoted here, cited here. So, now, mithyeti bhavitum yuktam means what? Should not be. It is possible, it should not be there. Mithya, ye nahi hona chahiye tha. Nahi hona chahiye. This equation should not be there. Even though it is there, but there is no reason why it should be there. Why? Because the distinction between the self and the body is all too evident. Thus, what is conveyed is what is Swatasiddhatvam, not a denial of Adhyasa. Adhyasa is there. We are not denying that there is Adhyasa. We are only saying it is there, but there is no need. There was no need to be. There is no reason to make a mistake. There is no reason. Supposing, something is distant and then if you make a mistake, then there is a reason. There can be a reason. But here, there is no reason. Even mistaking rope for snake, there is a reason because both look like, there is some similarity between rope and snake. Stop. One can mistake the rope for a snake because both are objects, both have similarities. Therefore, one can make a mistake. One can mistake the rope for a snake. One can mistake the silver, the shell for the silver, or vice versa. But here, there is no reason to make a mistake. There is no reason to make a mistake. This particular statement is meant to convey that the distinction between the two is unmistakably evident. Subject can never be an object, and object can never see subject. See, you have to think about all these things. How it is mithyeti bhavitum yuktam, how there are no grounds to make a mistake. Seeing that there are no grounds to make a mistake removes the mistake. Understand? Seeing how there are no grounds to make a mistake about the self, not believing but seeing how there are no grounds to make a mistake is the theme of the whole Shastra anyway. Seeing how there are no grounds to make a mistake is the very theme of the Shastra here. Hey, you are never the form. Recognizing how the self can never be the form. Recognizing how the self can never be the form. The self can never be Vishaya. The self can never be in time, space, form, thought. In fact, the self can never be something that can be related to something. All these things. Not only it is not the form, it can never be the form. That recognizing is the very theme of the whole Shastra anyway. But here the Pratignya Vakyam says, my dear, this adhyasa between the eternal and the non-eternal, this taking the subject for the object is what? Mithyeti bhavitum yuktam. That particular thing is that what is messed up all over. Sab vyakhyano mein, this is what is messed up. मैंगो सीजन में आम की चटनी बनाते हैं ना, कच्चा आम की चटनी. That is what they make out of this mithyeti bhavitum yuktam. This adhyasa is false. Adhyasa is not false. Adhyasa itself is false knowledge. Now see the following line. Even though it should not be there, now see what Bhashyakara says. Tathapi anyonyasmin anyonyatmagatam anyonyadharmanscha adhyasya itaretara avivekena atyanta viviktayoho dharma dharminoho mithyaඥāna nimittah satyanrute vithanikritya. All at once. Ahamidam mamedam iti naisargikoyam lokavyavaharaha. When you all read, you have to listen to others also. What is their pace? You have to keep the pace with others. Neither going fast. That is called really Patha. That is called Veda Patha. पाठ में सबके साथ चलना पड़ता है, तब आनंद आता है. कोई आगे जा रहा है, कोई पीछे जा रहा है. Now you see, tathapi, but still, even though it should not be there, but still it is there. So I am not denying that there is an error, but there are no grounds for the mistake. There are no grounds. Why? Tathapi anyonyasmin, on each other. Anyonyatmagatam, each on the other. Anyonyasmin, anyonya atmagatam, that is called dharmyadhyasa. Each on the other. Anyonya dharmanscha, and the qualities of each on the other. Adhyasya, having taken, having imposed, अध्यस्या अभ्यास करके अध्यस्य अस धातु अधि प्लस अस अन्य अध्यस्य अभ्यास करके इतरेतर अविवेकेना due to not seeing the evident distinction between the two, due to the most evident distinction between the subject and the object. The subject who is the light that knows the waking dream and the negation vagera, which can never be an object. The one who is aware cannot be an object, an object can never be aware. Therefore, itaretara avivekena means it should be only not seeing the distinction that is unmistakably evident. One doesn't have to probe. There is no need for probe. There is no need for probing because the one who is aware of the world is already evident as the one who is aware. The seer of the form can't see, seer can't be seen. Seer is evident, it doesn't have to be objectified. You are there as the seer of the form, hearer of the sound, etc. So the subject asmat pratyaya gocharaha and the rest is yushmat pratyaya gocharaha. Between the two, the vailakshanya means evident. And but the only example that Bhashyakara gives for this is the only simile, Tama Prakasha, what Viruddha Sura. The Virodha is like between light and darkness. So how between light and darkness there are no grounds for adhyasa. Similarly, between Atma and Anatma, between the subject and the object, and there are no grounds for adhyasa. There are no grounds for confusion. Therefore, here he says, itaretara avivekena atyanta viviktayoho. And the aviveka is between what and what? Atyanta means they can't be more evident. That is called atyanta. Antam atitya vartate iti atyantam. It can't be the atyanta murkha. Means what? He can't be more murkha than. That is called atyanta murkha. Atyanta means then don't go beyond. That is the final. Atyanta murkha. Atyanta murkha. Similarly, atyanta viviktayoho. Vivikta. Vich धातु का निष्ठा विविक्ता. विविच 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 का निष्ठा विविच का निष्ठा विविक्ता. विविनक्ति विवेक करता है. विवेक करते नहीं है. विवेक करना मतलब when you use the word karna, it means what? Seeing the difference that is there. Unmistakably that is there. So between the self and the body, what are they? Atyanta viviktayoho. Between the subject and the subject of the waking, the subject of the dream, the subject of the negation, the subject of time, the subject of its negation, the subject of creation, and the subject of resolution, the subject of srishti, the subject of sthiti, the subject of Laya. Because Srishti, Sthiti, Laya are all related to, they are all known only by the subject. Otherwise, where is the Srishti? The subject of the Srishti of the dream, the subject of the Sthiti, and the subject of the Laya. That subject and the object, well, there is a Atyanta Viveka, Atyanta Viviktayoho, between the two most evidently distinct. Viviktayoho, Ramayoho, between the two. Viviktayoho, between the two. Which are the two? Atyanta Viviktayoho. Dharma Dharminoho, between the Atma and Anatma, between the Dharmi and Dharma and Dharma. Between Atma and Anatma, the distinction is total. Between the qualities of the Atma and the qualities of Anatma also, there is total distinction. Dharminoho. Itaretara avivekena, due to not seeing that distinction. Mithya jnana nimitta. There is Atma and Anatma. Between them the distinction is absolutely clear and there is no viveka between the two. Therefore there is mithya jnana. There is what is the mithya jnana? One taking for the other. That is called mithya jnana nimitta, due to erroneous knowledge, due to confusion. So, the confusion is between the atyanta viviktayo. The confusion is between the two which are most evidently distinct. The confusion is between the light and darkness. The confusion is between the drashta and the drishyam, the subject of the creation, subject of the universe. Whoever is the subject of the universe is the subject of the body also. Mithya jnana nimittaha. That mithya jnanam means not mithya jnanam. It is mithya jnanam, erroneous knowledge. And what is this mithya jnanam? That is further described. Satyanrute mithuni kritya. One is satyam. The self is the satyam. And the body is anritam. Ritam and anritam. Anritam. Satyam cha anritam cha. Vivachani satyanrute. Dono ko. Phalam phalam phale. Phalam phale phale. Prathama mein phale. Dvitiya mein bhi phale. So satyanrite, satya or anrit ko. Mithuni kritya lyam. Making them look as one. Mithuni karana karke. Seeing one for the other. That's called mithuni karana. Sanyoga is not Mithunikaranam. Sanyoga is never Mithunikaranam. When I do like this, I clasp both the hands like this. This is not Mithunikaranam. This is Sanyoga class. In my perception, I see no difference between me and the body. That is called Mithuni Karanam. It is Mithya Jnana Rupam. It is Mithya Jnana Rupam. Even when I see myself as nothing but the body, still that viviktata, that distinction ever remains. Even when I say I am the body, I stand as the subject of the body and the universe. The subject as aware, the one who is aware of the body, mind and the universe. One doesn't lose the subjectness. Nor the body loses its objectness. Therefore, atyanta viviktayoho satyandrute mithyajnana yuktaha satyandrute mukhinikrutya. And what is that mithyajnana? The nature of that mithyajnana? Aham idam. I am this. I am this body. The light of the whole creation and sustenance and resolution, the light of the knower of the light that illumines, illumining means knowing. There is no other illumining. The light that knows the whole creation, sustenance and resolution, that light is seen as Aham idam, I am this body. I am conscious, but I am this body. Mama idam. This mamedam means this is mine. Even when he says this is my body, the tatparyam is only this is me. It doesn't mean this is mine. Because you can have mine only when you see the distinction. This is my money. Because I see the distinction between the money and me. Therefore, this is my money. My money can become your money. Your money can again become somebody else's money. Why? Therefore, mamatvam is possible only when you see the distinction between oneself and this. Then that is the right meaning of the word mama. Therefore, even though one says this is my body, but actually its tatparyam is ahamidam. And therefore, as far as the body is concerned, this is me. And mamedam, we have to say the creation. The creation is as an individual. Once I say I am the body, and other than the body is the rest. Therefore, this is all related to me. Related to me. This is the very, 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 very Vedantic sense, Vedantic meaning I am giving, without straying into emotions. Without straying into emotions. To stray into emotions, then you explain to a layman. Then you have the atyasa is that I am the body, then they are my children. This is my money. You understand? No? This is my money. These are my children. This is my house. This is my jati, etc. This is all comes under. This is explained away as mamatvam. That mamatvam is not to be really taken as the sense of the word mamatvam. Because that mamatvam keeps on changing anyway. Then that's not a big deal. This so-called mamatvam is nothing. Some emotions. My children until they get married. My money until I use it. What is this mamatvam? It's not a big deal. Mamatvam here means that the universe stands related to me. That is called mamatvam. Is the error? Okay, even if it is interpreted as mama putraha, mama griham, attachments, if you take it as attachment, it doesn't become wrong or anything because it is also presupposing, mamatvam presupposes ahamidam. Ahamidam. Mamatvam presupposes ahamidam. Mamedam presupposes ahamidam. Therefore, mamedam is within the realm of ahamidam. Mamedam is not parallel to ahamidam, it is within ahamidam. All emotions are related. Anyway, ahamidam mamedamiti naisargikaha. I am lokavya. This is a lokavyavahara. Ahamidam mamedam iti lokavyavahara. This is the universal perception. Lokavyavahara should be taken as universal perception. And what is it? Naisargikaha. Nisargat jata. निसर्ग से हुआ, अविद्या कल्पिता, मीन्स इट इज देयर ड्यू टू इग्नोरेंस. स्वाभाविकः, नैसर्गिकः मीन्स स्वाभाविकः. इट इज नॉट समथिंग आई डिड इट डेलिबरेटली. इट्स नॉट पुरुषतंत्र व्यापार. इट्स नॉट पुरुषतंत्र व्यापार. It's not something that happened. It's not something that I did deliberately. I find myself with, that's called naisargikaha. The reason may be avidya, whatever it is, but I find myself with it. That is called like impulses, you see. They're all naisargikas because I find myself with them. And if I do something to control them and all that, that is all prayatna, that's different. That is different. But I find myself an individual. This is called anadi adhyasa. Naisargikoyam loka vyavahara. Now, this very situation of one's individual doesn't have avidya. The Shastra says that you are an individual is due to avidya, about the Swarupa. There is an ignorance about your Swarupam and the Deha. And there is student's position is avidya. Not that the individual has avidya. Supposing if avidya is not explained away as Atmanatma Adhyasaha, then I will remain an individual and try to know Brahman, then it will become speculative. Therefore, it is loka vyavahara. Now, this very adhyasa is explanatory of the word. Actually, the word adhyasa is a better word. That itself is called by the Shastra because it involves ignorance about the distinction, and therefore it is called avidya. But its swarupa, the body of confusion is adhyasa. The body of confusion, when you say confusion, then it has a certain nature. And that is, it has a certain look, it has a certain nature, certain form. That form of adhyasa is, and that form of confusion is adhyasa. Atasmin tadbuddhi. Tametam evam lakshanam adhyasam panditaham avidyeti manyante tam etam. Which is adhyasko. Adhyasa is pullinga, therefore tametam. Adhyasaha tametam. Which is adhyasko. तमेतम इस अध्यास को, इस प्रकार के अध्यास को, मीनिंग एवं लक्षणम अध्यासम, इस प्रकार की अध्यास को. And the confusion is between what? Between the eternal and the non-eternal. Understand? It is the eternal that is confused with the non-eternal. It is the truth that is confused with the non-truth. That is why Tamayatam evam lakshanam adhyasam panditaha. Panditaha means, the one who is a wise man. Called Pandita. Panda means jnana. Adi. Panda means jnana. Panditaha means jnani. Jnaninaha. Panditaha. Nishtha. Pandadhatu ita pandita. Pandita. Panditaha. The wise men, manyante, they think. Avidya iti is what they consider it as avidya. It is the adhyasa that the wise men call avidya. Not something else. It is the confusion. It is the adhyasa, the known adhyasa. Because what is within anubhava is adhyasa. I am Deha is called adhyasa. The subject being seen as the body is called Adhyasa, and that is what everybody feels. Therefore, this Adhyasa, that is Sarvaloka Pratyaksha. It is of universal notion, universal perception. Universal experience means understand universally felt confusion without knowing that it is. Everybody is living the confusion without knowing that it is confusion. Life is confusion. Life is confusion. One is worried about the confusions in life. Confusions that you come across in life are nothing. That you are Jiva is the Anadi Adhyasa is the confusion. This is a confusion in the truth. It's not a confusion somewhere in time and space. Therefore, Panditaha Avidya iti manyante. So now, as different from the Shastra Kalpita Aropanam, Shastra uses the methodology to unfold the truth, and in the process of that unfoldment, it takes certain stands, and all those stands are only ultimately to correct this error, and therefore correction of the universally felt confusion is the kashta of the prakriya. So how long will the prakriya continue? Prakriya continues until the student recognizes the difference between the Atma and therefore, it is not that the prakriya is endless. That is the question in the Purva Pakshi asked. Kab tak chalega? Khalvantam ganta bodhakaha sarvatharupana. This is what? Ye padhai kab tak hoga? He has not even begun. It's like you go to attend a course. In the beginning itself, we have to know what is the. Is it a 3-month course or 6-month course? Yahan par aisa nahi. Until you understand that. But anyway, this prakriya has by niyama, it has an end. What is it? Neti is the end. How do you negate the neti? Negation is negation. How negate? Neti is negation. Now after that, what is the step? Apavada. After apavada, what is it? Atma is drashta. Atma is deha. That is negated by pramata. That is negated by sakshi. That is negated by karanam. That is negated by nirvisesham. It is karanam. Then, okay, then without positing, without taking another stand, when you do apavada, that is called neti. If you take another stand and negate, that is also apavada, but it involves adhyaropanam. One adhyaropanam negates another adhyaropanam. But without taking further stand, you do apavada. Then how do you negate? What is the next step? You can't do the apavada of apavada. Neti is the end. By logic, the unfoldment culminates in Swarupa. It becomes unfolded with the teachings of correction. Neti is the culmination of prakriya. And now this is avidya. He has defined what is avidya. Avidya is defined as adhyasa. Unless avidya means adhyasa, then you have to exclude adhyasa and explain what is avidya. If avidya does not mean adhyasa, then you have to explain avidya as something different from confusion about the evident, confusion, missing the evident, and the error about the evident. You exclude these 2 points, missing the evident, not registering the evident, and mistaking the evident. You exclude it and then give the meaning to the word avidya. Are you able to follow? Explain away the word avidya without including the sense of the word adhyasa. Batao, what is avidya? It should not mean missing the evidence. It should not mean mistaking the evidence. Then tell me. Then you have to say avidya. Then what? There is no word avidya. Because avidya means missing the evidence and mistaking the evidence, and that whole body of confusion is better explained by the word chaos. That is why Bhashyakara right in the beginning says, hey, your problem is adhyasa, which the wise men call avidya. He doesn't say your problem is avidya, which the others call adhyasa. Ye nahi kahte. Understand what is within your experience is confusion between the truth and the untruth, which the others call avidya. And it has a meaning because it is avidya, because there is ignorance. Because missing the evidence is ignorance. Mistaking the evidence also is ignorance. What does it matter? Missing the evidence is ignorance. Missing the ignorance means for not registering, being ignorant of the evidence, and mistaking the evidence also. Therefore, avidya can mean both missing the evidence and mistaking the evidence. So the sense of avidya and the sense of adhyasa is one and the same. But having used the word avidya, when it comes to be explained, then you have to explain it as adhyasa. Ye baat hai. Understand? If I use the word avidya, then you will say, what is avidya? Then I have to explain the sense of the word avidya as adhyasa. Therefore, the form of the confusion is in the form of adhyasa, which you can call avidya. Therefore, avidya and adhyasa are synonyms. But explanation has to be through the word adhyasa. After understanding what is adhyasa, you will not ask the question, what is adhyasa? Having understood the word, sense of the word adhyasa means not resisting the evidence and mistaking the evidence. That mistaking the evidence is the sense of adhyasa. Whereas the word avidya, it can only mean ignorance, missing, not registering, or ignorance. It doesn't bring in the mistake, though it brings, even though in the eyes of the wise men, avidya brings both missing and mistaking, but that word by its shakti doesn't. That word by its own shakti doesn't bring in mistake. Therefore, the word avidya needs to be explained in terms of yes. That is why Bhagavan says, tametam evam lakshanam adhyasam panditaha avidya iti manyante. Which is adhyas, ko he, the wise men call avidya. Now he has defined what is avidya. The word avidya is used by Shastram. And in the eyes of the Shastrajñas, avidya means adhyasa. You want to follow? If it is not so, if they didn't mean, the ancient sages or the Shastra does not mean Adhyasa. Avidya means, if the Shastram did not mean, by the word Avidya, if it did not mean Adhyasa, then why should it say in its Prakriya, Chakshushaschakshuhu, Shrotrasya Shrotram, Vacho Avak. Why all this? Ashariraha, Apranaha, Amanaha, Shubraha. Why all this? It's not the body. In fact, every Vakya is only correcting confusion. Every Vakya is only Aropana ko hi apvad kar rahe hain. Aropana means what? Adhyasa. Atma is not the body. What is it doing? Shastram says Atma is not the body. Then what is it doing? Is it removing only ignorance or correcting the adhyasa? Correcting the adhyasa. So the very method of communication, the methodology adopted by the Shastra itself tells us that the problem is adhyasa, and it's called avidya. And now, having defined what is avidya, that it is said by the Shruti, and now we say, tad vivekena cha vastu swarupa avadharanam vidyamahu tad vivekena cha. Tad vivekena means tayoho vivekena. By seeing the difference between the eternal subject and the non-eternal form. Not only it is non-eternal, it is mithya-jnana. This very embodiment is mithya-jnana. It's like, right here you have to, think this point. Even though we say there is a confusion between the Atma and the dream body, not that there is a dream body, something and all that. That very dream body is kalpita in the Atma and confusion with that kalpita. The dream embodiment is kalpita in Atma. And therefore, to begin with, adhyasa means confusion between the self and the body, and if you properly analyze it, embodiment-free self, body-free self being seen as embodied. So it's not a confusion between the two. To begin with, we say it's a confusion between the two. It is not even a confusion between the two. Asharira Atma is mistaken as Sasharira. Therefore, that it is Asharira is light. It's Ashariratvam, that it is not the body, is evident light. And that it is embodied is like darkness. Therefore, seeing the difference between the Swarupa and the error, tayoho vivekena cha vastu Swarupa avadharanam, determining the nature of the self. Determining the nature of the self, vastu Swarupa avadharanam, vidyamahu is called education, is called knowledge. Determining your own Swarupa, the subject's Swarupa, is called Vidya. Not determining one's Swarupa is called Avidya. Thus the whole Shastra is Vidya Rupam. The whole Vedic Dharma is, the whole Vedic culture is Vidya Rupam. It's Vidya Rupam. That is why learning, it is in the form of learning and thinking and understanding. It is a learning. It is not that really they say, oh, भगवान को समझने के लिए क्या पंडित थोड़ी बनना है, स्कॉलर थोड़ी बनना, 2 अक्षर काफी है, that's all okay. It's not 2 अक्षर है. चित्त शुद्धि के लिए 2 अक्षर काफी. राम नाम जप करते रहो until you have become mentally pure. Ram, Ram, Ram. That is good enough to pave the way to understanding in time. That is all right. But to figure out really what one needs, you have to get into Shastra. Proper Viveka has to be done. That is Vidya. Vedanta is Vidya. Are you able to follow? Thus, till when the prakriya continues, in answer to that, here the author is telling, my dear, all the kalpanas have a mula kalpana, the universally felt confusion. And I have made the distinction. Prakriya, problem, vastu. Vastu is Brahma Vastu, the subject. Problem is the avidya, universally felt vidya. To correct which is the prakriya. So prakriya is aimed at correcting the universal confusion. Not that the Shastra, takes a stand and negates it, takes a stand and negates it, therefore it takes the purpose of his second stand is to negate the first stand. Aisa nahi. Not that it creates a problem and negates it. Here, the stands that it is negating are the stands taken universally. Shastra takes your stand, all right, you are Deha. Then it says, but actually you are not Deha. You are this Jnata, which you can appreciate. So it goes on shifting, guiding man's attention to the various stands that he takes, helps him correct stand up to stand. Not Deha, you are not, you are Brahmata, you are Drashta. You are not in, you are Drashta, but not rooted in the Avastha. But you are independent of Avastha, you are Avasthatraya, Sakshi. In this manner, then Karanatvam, etc. is brought in. You go on probing into Tat, you will discover Tat is nothing but Tvam. Because Tvam, this Tvam is Nirvisesham. The very Tvam is Deha, Tvam is Pramata, Tvam is Drashta, Tvam is Sakshi, Tvam is also the Jagat Karanam, Tvam is also Nirvisesham. And what does Mahavakya do? The Tvam, the Nirvisesham and the Jagat, there is a link that is called Karya Karana Bhava. In that matter, Shabda is a Pramana. The Nirvisesha Tvam and what you see between the Nirvisesha you and the Jagat, there is a Karya Karana Bhava. Without losing your Nirviseshatvam. In the Karya Karana Bhava is the Pramanyam of the Shruti. The Karya Karana Bhava means Karya Karana Bhava yet Nirviseshatvam. Remaining Nirvisesham, it is because it is Bhranti, Karya Karana Bhava means Bhranti. That it is. And therefore, what Bhagavan says here is all Vidya Rupam. It is all Vidya Rupam. Thus, problem, Prakriya and Vastu. Vastu remains the same despite the problem. Vastu remains the same despite the correction of the problem through the prakriya. So in the Vastu there is neither problem nor the prakriya. Vastu remains the Vastu, but seen as different, therefore one suffers the notions, the confusion. But the suffering also is not a Svarupa. That is also a notion with a sense of, bas copy hai. Embodiment is a notion with a sense of reality. Prapancha is a notion with a sense of reality. Confusion with a sense of reality. Even dukkha is a notion with a sense of reality. Dukkha is not real. There is a dukkha with a sense of reality. You can't say dukkha is satyam. If dukkha is satyam, then it should have no vikale, tishtani, in all the 3 periods of time, dukkha should be there. Then it should be synonymous with my being. Then it should be synonymous with my being. Ye to hota nahi. Okay. Next. Another 5 minutes. Sarva vyaparam tatra adhyaropya nama rupagatam yotirdharmam cha nama rupayoho nama rupe cha atma jyotishi sarvo lokaha mumuhyate ayamatma nayamatma evam dharma naivam dharma karta akarta shuddha ashuddha baddha Hitaha, Gataha, Agataha, Asti Nasti, Ityadi Vikalpaihi. This world is Momuhyate. You can see it when we come back. This world is Momuhyate, means perennially confused. Momuhyate. Punaha muhyate, muhdhatu yakara, and yakante muhyate. It is not yak, it is divadikan. Divadikan, momuhyate. Muhyate, momuhyate. Even if you put it yak, it doesn't matter. Everybody is confused. Again, everybody is confused. See this confusion. So we have to see the confusion. What is the confusion? I am Atma. This is me. Atma means Na I am Atma. And some other schools say, Ye Atma nahi hai. Mai Atma hu. One is the universal confusion, and there are schools and schools, also coming up with certain conclusions which are not really further removed from the universal confusions. They are not different. I am Atma, I am Atma, evam dharma. Atma is of these qualities. Naivam dharma, and there will be another person. Nahi, aisa nahi. Atma has these qualities. Another person says Atma doesn't have those qualities. Karta. So Mimamsakas say Atma is Karta. Another person says no, Akarta. Sankhya will say Atma to keval bhokta hai, Karta. Yeah, Karta. He is called Sankhya Karta. He is keval bhokta. Akarta. Shuddhaha, Ashuddhaha, Buddhaha, Muktaha. Like this, there are varieties of confusions and opposing stands are taken universally. But these opposing stands are different from the universal confusion. Universal confusion is different. What is the universal confusion? I am only the I am this body. This is universal. There is no opposing stand to it. Schools are different from the universal stand. Now, Bhagavan is including the schools also. I am only the body, nothing else. We don't have an opposing stand. Some people don't feel that they are body. Some people feel they are body, some people don't feel. Either so nahi. Iti adi vikalpa is prakar ki conclusion. Say the whole world is confused. In this manner, Vridanika Bhashya also explains the problem as adhyasa. This will come back. Take time. We bring in Vridanika Bhashya. भाष्य को लाएंगे, उसको पढ़ेंगे, वो पूरा पैसेज को समझेंगे. Swamiji, why can't we do it quickly, whatever is available? Why so much quickly? आराम से देखें. क्या करना है? There is no कर्तव्यांतरम, दूसरा कोई काम नहीं है. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम. हाँ, there is some प्रसाद, please. हाँ जी, आपका जन्मदिन है. क्यों? You have got transferred from Delhi, and that is why you are giving sweets. And therefore sweets. Your Rama. From tomorrow onwards, I don't have to go through this problem. Please come. कोई बात नहीं जी. He has brought it with so much of Shraddha Bhakti. Please come. Oh Rama, Rama, Rama. Rama, Rama.